When you think about theme parks around the world, you often think about this immense space with a vast amount of roller coasters and immersive flat rides. Ginormous parks spreading along thousands of acres of land. But some of the smaller theme parks and the relocating fun fairs just don't get the love and the attention that they deserve. So that's why in Planet Coaster 2, I attempted to create the world's smallest theme park. But there was some requirements and targets that I wanted to keep. I needed to make sure that there was plenty of family-friendly fun, while still having exciting roller coasters for the teenagers and adults. It also had to be actually functional and have all the shops and facilities that you would find in a small theme park. So with that being said, let's jump on in and start building. And we're going to try to attempt the world's smallest theme park build in this lovely green field, starting off with the transportation ride of the train. This is going to outline the actual theme park. So this is like the barrier. This is where our theme park is going to start. So I needed to get the distance right. I tried to do it as small as possible. I played about with the track length to try to get it as small as possible, but I had to be realistic as well. I had to fit at least 3 or 4 rides in here to make it worthwhile, and shops and facilities. Was a little bit difficult at first, but once it was built, the outline was there. It was just a matter of trying to fit everything in as best as I possibly could. And the premise of this video, I really just wanted to kind of give a little bit of love to like fun fairs where I used to go to as a kid. It's not a lot of expense for a lot of fun. It's something what my son now, as a dad, I like taking him to. My son's 9 years old. And he loves going to stuff like this, and it don't cost me an arm and a leg for entrance fees like it would do the massive theme parks. I did quite struggle with what actual flat rides to put in here at first, and which looked decent and looks like it would work. Obviously the wheel was just too big, but that's how it really works, because it was narrow. Even though it was very high, it was very narrow, so it fits in really well. And then I flick through to find what kiddie ride we can have, what would attract the children in the park. And then I found this slide, this like helter-skelter slide, is it called? I'm not too sure. But the kind of slide I've been down myself in small theme parks. I'm pretty sure I've had quite a few injuries going down those slides as well from the rubber mats, like getting carpet burns. But yeah, it's all part of the fun, isn't it? Going to a fun fair and getting injured. Yeah. And then building the actual roller coaster. Now, building a roller coaster in general for me is quite difficult. It's not my forte. I'm not really good at it. So building it in such a tight space was even more difficult. But once I decided which one I actually wanted, which kind of like a mouse trap one. Have you ever remember the mouse trap? I think it was in Southport. It might have even been Blackpool Pleasure Beach for people who live in England. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I think, yeah, like a mouse trap. It's like a small rotating, moving roller coaster. But once I started building it, it started to get easier as I went on. And do you know what else gets easier? Yeah, you guessed it, the purchasing of new games. And that's where our sponsor for this video comes in at instantgaming.com, where you can get all your new game releases, but at a discounted rate. So it's a no-brainer. Just save a little bit of money by using instantgaming.com. This game here looks kind of cute, actually. Probably a game I'll like. See, I'm getting interested now. God, I need to get off this site before I start purchasing everything on it. And you probably heard me mention this website before, but I'm going to mention it again in case you haven't. Super fast, instant digital download, reliable and safe with over 10,000 games. And of course, that all-important Trustpilot score. So you know it's safe, and I will never promote anything to you what isn't. It's cross-platform also. You don't have to buy games for PC. You can buy them for PlayStation, Xbox and Nintendo. If you don't already own Planet Coaster 2, which I don't know why I'm saying that, because you probably do own Planet Coaster 2 because you're watching this flipping video, but if you do want to upgrade to the deluxe edition, you can at a more discounted rate. Just keep your eyes on the prices. If it works out cheaper to buy on instantgaming.com, then follow the link in the description. I'll also pin a comment with the link on it. Follow that, sign up, buy your games at a cheaper rate. Right, and then building the paths. I've always found building the paths onto, I found it out in Planet Coaster 1 as well, and it is a little bit easier in Planet Coaster 2, but building the paths to the actual rides and transport rides and roller coasters is just really awkward for me. I don't know what it is. I mean, this new pathing system in Planet Coaster 2 is amazing. Do you know what would be even better though if they implemented this pathing system in Planet Zoo? But fingers crossed. That can happen. I don't think it will happen. I think it runs off different software. I don't know. I just want a different pathing system in Planet Zoo, for fuck's sake. Anyway, pardon my French. Got a bit passionate then, didn't I? Building the paths around, I wanted gentle, nice slopes. I didn't want long queuing times. It's not going to be a big park, isn't it? So it's not going to attract a lot of guests. It's not, you know what I mean? Small park, small amount of guests. So we don't need big queues and big waiting times. We need smaller queues. Then it was just a matter of placing all the pathing down and trying to level out this green. I just wanted all the green to disappear. I wanted it to all be flat paths. So that's what I did. I used the stamp tool to do this. It was a little bit fiddly, you can see me struggling a little bit, but once I got the used of it and got all the ground flat, it was easy to do then. It was just a matter of using the stamp tool and stamping all around the green. And once the pathing was in place, it was time to add a barrier. This just adds to the safety aspect and a little bit of realism. I just wanted a barrier all around the inside of this track anyway, if I don't have one on the outside, just to make sure, you know, no one goes ahead and jumps on the track and no one on the track, on the actual train, can flip out and end up on the floor, kind of thing. You know what I mean? I just wanted to kind of square this area off as well. Really easy way to do it is put the actual barrier one. I didn't make this barrier, it's an in-game one. It's very easy. And then just transfer it over onto an actual on the grid piece, wall piece, like you can see me doing here. Then line it up however you want it along the track. And then you can just go into the group and you can just keep duplicating it over. And then you can even grab the whole of one side and transfer it to the other side if you wish to do so. Building off the grid pieces on the grid, I've done a lot of tutorials on Planet Zoo with stuff like that, with advanced building techniques, and it does work in Planet Coaster 2 as well. I've noticed a lot of my skills do transfer over from Planet Zoo to Planet Coaster 2 when it comes to building, but I don't know if it's me. Let me know in the comment section below. Have you noticed that it's more fiddly to build in Planet Coaster 2? Like, I've noticed when I press exit on my keyboard, it doesn't actually exit, and then when I go to duplicate and advanced move stuff, it doesn't actually duplicate what I had selected, or I have to press 3 buttons to do one button's job. It's quite frustrating. I think they are going to address like merging items and stuff like that in the update notes. It looks like they are going to do that very soon, so hopefully they will and get it sorted. But it's something what they should have done on release, really, if we're being honest, shouldn't they? We shouldn't have to wait weeks if not months in advance to get simple in-game mechanics what they've got in previous games. Yeah, rant over. Building the coaster, I wanted it to lap around the tower, so the people in the tower, the guests in the tower, can have an amazing view of the coaster, and the people in the coaster can have an amazing view of the people screaming their heads off going up in this massive tower. So that's what I did. I definitely tested both as well to make sure none of them crashed into each other. Definitely did that. Wouldn't not do that, would I? Bit of sarcasm for you. But safety is not my main protocol at the moment. It's not my main objective. It's trying to fit everything in this annoyingly shitty small space. You can see I've actually built a bridge with the train track, and that is where our entrance to our park will go. It's not going to be anything grand, the entrance. It's literally going to be a spawn point, an entrance point. We'll throw some foliage and some planters in there and try to spruce things up like we always do, and like we did in Planet Zoo as well. Make things a little bit more better. You can see me currently struggling with, once again, the entrance and the exit and the queues to a roller coaster. We struggled with the train track, and now we're struggling with the actual roller coaster, but we do end up getting it there in the end. And just my apologies really for this video being so long. I mean, a lot of people actually do say they want to see longer videos from me. My videos are normally like between like 8 and 15 minutes long, and that's long, believe me. Trying to talk for 15 minutes straight and trying to explain what I'm doing while I'm building on Planet Coaster or Planet Zoo, if you watch my Planet Zoo videos, is quite a difficult thing to do actually. Maybe I don't know about the fact of starting to create content with no voiceover. A lot of people wonder, oh, like, how did he do that, or where is his thought process behind that? So I think I'm going to keep the voiceovers. Maybe I can do sections, or maybe I'll just start live streaming over on Twitch. I could start live streaming on YouTube, but I have live streamed very briefly over on Twitch before, and I found it much better than the YouTube platform for live streaming. So if you would like to see longer videos, or you would like to see live streams from me, then let me know in the comment section below. While you're there, you might as well hit that like button. If you are new to my videos, I create content like you are viewing now for Planet Coaster 2 and for Planet Zoo. You can see me now editing the coaster and trying to get the places of the coaster in place to see how it will look. We'll lap it around that that what is it, a shooting tower to raising, I don't know what it's bloody called, but that thing, we raise it above that. And then we've got a stair lift here, which was quite annoying because it looked a bit stupid, and you can't actually take the stair lift, the side panel that you can see to the roller coaster, you can't take that off if you're doing a lifted momentum, a lifted chain within your roller coasters, which is quite annoying. I went to special pieces, and we're going to add a special piece here, and it's going to wrap around once again another ride. We're going to do a flat ride there, I think. The smaller one to fit around this circle, of course. I'm just going to wrap it around. We're going to do it at a tilt as well, so our guest can have a lovely roller coaster ride and then tilt to one side. That's what I imagine a roller coaster like this would do anyway. Honestly, I was basically winging this. Like I said, I'm not the best roller coaster builder, so I just tried the best with the knowledge that I had. And it came out looking at a little something like this. You can see that flat ride is in place as well. I think this is one of the newest flat rides out of the newest pack. Forgive me if I'm wrong. But you see how it laps around like that, but none of them are interjecting or knocking into each other. And I've recoloured it all to black and red as well to fit the theme of the rest of the pack. And then it was time to actually finish the coaster. Again, proved more difficult than I wish it would have done. Just trying to get the right lengths and angles right. I wanted everything to be in proportion and looked correct. So I wanted to go directly down the middle in between these two flat rides here, the kids flat ride and the more adult/teenager flat ride. It's quite a cool flat ride, that what I recently put in, really. It kind of like spins and goes up and down as well. And imagine the view on the coaster of you're going to lock eye contact with someone who's on that while you're on the coaster, which just blows my mind. You're both screaming your heads off. And that's the fun thing about building theme parks this small as well. You can get more interjecting sections like that and views from different things. What I might do actually at the end is put on some POVs as well if you wish to see it. You know, POVs of the roller coaster going around and seeing the guest on the other rides as well, which was quite interesting to see for me. See me just recolouring the actual bars around the flat rides as well to red and black there, just because I forgot to do so. And just trying to get the lengths and the angles right here, and it really did get to me and it was really frustrating me. I even thought about coming off Planet Coaster, maybe having a little go on Planet Zoo, back to my old favourite game, and then coming back to it, but I didn't. I thought, just a bit of patience, Adam, you can do this. Don't be a scared little shit and get stuck into it. So that's what I did. And then when it came to the entrance, I thought, how the hell am I going to build this around the entrance now? It's got to go the same direction as the track for the train, so just a little loop up and down. And I didn't need no drive tyres for that either as well. I can just let it play. You see me currently testing the ride, and it actually is a pretty decent ride. I do end up putting brake parts in some of the corners and stuff like that, so it stops, you know, nearly flying off the track for the guest. Moving on to facilities, and I did this very simply. You wouldn't see a massive amount of facilities in a small theme park like this or a funfair, so I decided to have, well, I started with two shops, as you can see. We're going with the counters so we can just build around it. I actually changed that though. I've got one soda shop and one burger shop, I believe. We change it. I'm just playing around with different ideas here and different plaster pieces. I have noticed in Planet Coaster 2, we don't have that many scenery pieces really, do we? We have like 2, maybe 3 main themes, and then apart from that, you kind of just have to create your own themes, which is a bit frustrating for a game to have that many stuff on launch. We don't have a lot of stuff to deal with and to play around with, is what I'm trying to say. The burger van is definitely being made there. I'm glad that they added this in one of the scenery pieces though, the actual ability to have a burger van. Tried to do this, the one on the other side, a soda van, but then I thought you wouldn't have a soda van, would you? You wouldn't have a designated shop just selling drinks and pop, like cans of fizzy drink. So I'll just put a vending machine next to that, because that, again, that's something what you probably would see in a theme park. We're going to put another little balloon shop, like a mobile balloon cart in there as well, so stay tuned for me building that. It's a really nice little build. I might actually put it on the workshop as well. I might be probably put this whole thing on the workshop, so if you are interested, take a look at my workshop page and you will see it. Does it work with workshop page now with Planet Coaster 2? I'm thinking of playing Planet Zoo here and Steam workshop page. Anyway, you'll probably see it on the workshop anyway, the integrated Frontier workshop. Moving on to the actual building of the shell of the train station here. I wanted it to be quite open and airy. That's why I wanted a lot of light. So I've got 3 big windows. Actually, it's 4 big windows, isn't it? 4 big windows at the back. Now, the way the stations are actually connected here, in Planet Coaster 2, if you go to put a 4x4 piece like you can see me doing now on the other side, it overlaps and looks stupid and it doesn't fit. So I had to work with the 4x2 pieces, the off the grid pieces, to actually create the other side of this train station. Trying to see what door fits in here now and playing about with the themes. Like I said, it's annoying that we've only got 2 major themes. We're trying to pair with different objects and trying to get it look like kind of like a traditional, authentic, rustic train station here. Everything else looks quite modern, doesn't it? I wanted a bit of a rustic in there as well, mixed in with that modern theme. I think modern theme will carry over to the actual station for the roller coaster. Just because it'll fit and look more exciting to the guests. We kind of wanted, it's a train station, isn't it? It's like a choo-choo toy train going around a theme park. So I wanted like a traditional kind of like train station. I said train station about 55 times then, trying to actually explain what the hell I was going on about. And where is it actually going? It literally just does a small loop and back to the station. But yeah, the idea was there, wasn't it? Right, trying to build this annoying curved roof. We have got these curved pieces in Planet Coaster 2. And I thought, oh, it'll look good with a curved roof. But then I couldn't find the matching curved pieces, but I do end up finding them. And I will build them. There they are. But it just wouldn't fit. I couldn't figure out, right, I'm not perfect. I get things wrong. I couldn't figure out how it works. I do figure it out, and we build it over at the station for the roller coaster. For this instance, we're going to keep with this weird curved roof, which you'll see in a second. But I'm just going through the roofing options, and we haven't actually got that many options, have we? I found this little curved roof which works with the wood piece that I was originally putting in, so that's what I went with basically. You see how it's all coming together now. I've recolored it, the roof is in place. Got the window panes in, which have only just been added to Planet Coaster 2, which blows my mind. How can you not have glass windows? Yeah. Plaster pieces to act as kind of like beams and like a step up to the door, because it is elevated, so it looks stupid if it didn't have a step up to the door, wouldn't it? And then, like I said, we've got to use the 2x4 meter wood pieces to create the front and the sides of this actual station. You can see me just using the grid pieces of the plaster at the bottom here, or is it concrete? It's concrete or plaster, one of the two, just to add the trim and give it the look that it all fits in and suits really. Lowering them down now and trying to go for an authentic look here. I didn't have any reference images actually. I just kind of winged it and kind of put in what I thought would work. And then I found these lovely wood pieces as well to give it a even more rustic look, and I thought, right, we're definitely adding them. And the good thing about Planet Coaster 2 is that we can increase the size of stuff. So I made this taller and thicker to fit with the theme and fit that it would actually work if it was a building in real life. Not too keen on the rope. I don't know why them there. I could dangle like some fairy lights off them or something, couldn't I? Make it look like the rope has a purpose. But I kind of like the rustic look anyway. Once you've got one side, you've got two. So I just copied that little side over to the other side, and then we can start doing the front. Now with the front, I just had to line stuff up around the actual barriers to get into the thing, which was a bit flimsy and a bit annoying, to be honest with you. I ended up trying to use the small pieces. They was too long. I had to turn them sideways, and then the wood was going the wrong way, so then I had to recreate the whole of the front so the wood was going the correct way. Hope you're keeping me up with me here. And then it ended up looking something a little like this, with all the wood the same way and with the more wood beams in place. Over at the station for the roller coaster, we're pretty much the same design, but we're going to add that curved roof what I previously talked about. We're going to add the beams, the plaster pieces once again, give it that modern look. And we're actually going to name this ride the Mousetrap. And here we are, all built, possibly the world's smallest theme park. Let's take a closer look. Our guests are flooding in through the entrance, and you can see where I've built some foliage around, and we've even got a little fountain in our entrance plaza. Guests are queuing thick and fast. I might have to lower the guest amount limits as well, because them are some big queues for rides, especially rides what are 1x1 like the slide. Mousetrap roller coaster is in operation, and we're going to take a little POV of that in just a second. Something what I didn't show building is this little balloon shop. It only took me a couple of minutes, but the idea and the thought is there. I'm actually really happy with it, and the guests also seem very happy with it. Our burger van is doing really well, and we added some seating area for our guests to sit down to enjoy the burger. I really do like this ride, and it gets so close to the people on the track. Let's take a look what it looks like for the people on the track. How brilliant was that? I'm actually in love with this little park. Like I said, if you do want to download it, it'll be on the Frontier Workshop. If you're new to my videos, then hit that subscribe button. Like if you did like this video. My name's Adam. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next Planet Coaster 2 video.